Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 1, the rise of British rule in India. Friends, in the previous lecture we discussed about the Battle of Plassey. Previously we discussed about how the Britishers came into India with the intention of trading, but now the intention increased of conquering the territories into India, and this started with the dissatisfaction at the incident that was happened, due to which this Battle of Plassey happened. This today the topic that we are going to cover, that is the Battle of Buxar, that just comes after Battle of Plassey. We can relate this Battle of Buxar to Battle of Plassey, and that is why before understanding this Battle of Plassey, let us quickly revise about what happened in the Battle of Plassey. We looked in the Battle of Plassey that without the permission of the Nawab of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Daulah, the British East India Company started making a fortress at Kolkata, where they did not take the permission of the Nawab, and due to this reason the Nawab was hurted and he destroyed the fortress and prisoned some of the soldiers of the British Company. When this news reached Madras, they sent a small army under the leadership of Robert Clive. But Robert Clive realized that he will not be able to fight directly to Siraj-ud-Daulah, as Siraj-ud-Daulah was more powerful. So Robert Clive realized this. So he started making a conspiracy. He took Mir Jafar, the commander-in-chief of Siraj-ud-Daulah, on his side by tempting him with the rule of Bengal. They tempted Mir Jafar that if Mir Jafar took the side of the British East India Company, they would make them the Nawab of Bengal after Siraj-ud-Daulah. And they also took Seth Amichand on their side and made the pretext of dissatisfaction among people of the rule of this Nawab Siraj-ud-Daulah. And due to this, under the pretext of this dissatisfaction, the Battle of Plassey occurred. And as pre-decided, Mir Jafar cheated Siraj-ud-Daulah, and on the day of battle, he did not come with the soldiers, due to this conspiracy, the Battle of Plassey ended in half a day and Siraj-ud-Daulah got killed. We also looked in the results of Battle of Plassey that after this Battle of Plassey, as the East India Company had promised, they made Mir Jafar the new Nawab of Bengal. They got control over 24 Parganas, that is the district in Bengal, and they took that under their control, and this was the foundation of the British rule in India. So the topic that we are going to cover today, that is Battle of Buxar. That incident continues from there. After the Battle of Plassey, when Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal, now what happened, due to which this Battle of Buxar happened, when it happened, and who were involved in this Battle of Buxar, let's learn that. Battle of Buxar. After winning the Battle of Plassey, the British, as promised, made Mir Jafar the new Nawab of Bengal. We already learned this when we were learning about the result of Plassey, that as British East India Company had promised to Mir Jafar that if they supported the British East India Company during Battle of Plassey, they would make him the Nawab after Siraj-ud-Daulah. They fulfilled their promise and made Mir Jafar as the new Nawab of Bengal. But Mir Jafar's people were dissatisfied with his rule, and he was working like a puppet of British East India Company. As Mir Jafar became the king, but as the time passed, the people of that region were dissatisfied with the rule of Mir Jafar. As we all know, Mir Jafar was a commander-in-chief. He did not come in the heredity of these kings. He was commander-in-chief. And when a commander-in-chief becomes a king, obviously he will not be able to work as a king. He did not have that ability to work as a king. He did not have the ability to administer and control his region. Mir Jafar was working just like a puppet on the hand of this British East India Company. Looking at this dissatisfaction of his people, he cancelled some trading rights of the company. Here it is said that as Mir Jafar was working just like a puppet of the hands of this British East India Company, Mir Jafar was doing whatever the British East India Company told him to do. And due to this, the British East India Company earned a lot of wealth from this region during the rule of Mir Jafar. But when people's dissatisfaction started, and when Mir Jafar thought that now the revolt can be done by the people can revolt against him as they were dissatisfied. Now the people of their region have understood that Mir Jafar is doing as per the word of British East India Company. Before the people revolt, Mir Jafar reacted and cancelled some of the trading rights of the British East India Company. So obviously, the British East India Company did not like this. Here it is said, the East India Company wanted a person whom they could control and earn wealth. So now, when Mir Jafar cancelled some of the trading right of the British East India Company, now the East India Company again wanted a person, wanted a ruler that works like a puppet of the hand. They wanted a person through whom they can earn maximum wealth. So, what they did, to satisfy their greed and hunger of power, the British again played a game and dethroned Mir Jafar and made Mir Kazim as the new Nawab. Now, again, the British East India Company played a game, and as they were dissatisfied with Mir Jafar, they dethroned him. They removed him from the throne because now their greed of power had increased. The British East India Company's power of greed, hunger of wealth was increased, due to which they dethroned Mir Jafar and made Mir Kazim as the new Nawab. Mir Kazim was the son-in-law in the relation of Mir Jafar. Right? Mir Kazim was the son-in-law of Mir Jafar. So, after making Mir Kazim the new Nawab of Bengal, now the British East India Company thought that Mir Kazim would work as per the words of the British East India Company and would provide them the maximum number of the trading rights that they want, so that they can earn more and more wealth from that region. But here it is said, Mir Kazim was more ambitious and he became a threat for the company. But here it is said, the thinking of the British East India Company was not working now, because Mir Kazim was more ambitious than Mir Jafar. He was very loyal to his region. He was very loyal to his people. He did not want the Britisher to take the wealth from that particular region. So now the Britishers thought that they had taken a wrong decision of making Mir Kazim the new Nawab of Bengal instead of Mir Jafar. So the British once again removed Mir Kazim from the throne and made Mir Jafar the Nawab. Again, they corrected their mistake. The British East India Company now corrected their mistake, as they saw that Mir Kazim is more ambitious, more loyal. He is not allowing them to do whatever they want. Mir Kazim was not allowing them to trade freely. So now British East India Company corrected their mistake and again removed Mir Kazim from the throne. They dethroned him as the Nawab of Bengal and again brought Mir Jafar the father-in-law of Mir Kazim, as the new Nawab of Bengal. So he corrected the mistake again and put Mir Jafar back to his throne. Mir Kazim got furious and take refuge under the Nawab of Awadh. At that time, obviously, Mir Kazim was furious at this. He felt insulted due to this and he took refuge to the Nawab of Awadh, who was the friend of Mir Kazim. He took refuge, he took shelter at the Nawab of Awadh. At that time, Mughal Emperor Shah Alam came to visit the Nawab of Awadh. At the same time, circumstantially, at that time it is said the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam was present at that time. He came to visit to Nawab of Awadh, and at that time all three of them got united and declared a war against the British. Now, when Nawab of Awadh and this Mughal Emperor Shah Alam heard each and everything from Mir Kazim about how he was insulted and dethroned as the Nawab of Bengal, now they decided to take revenge. So now all of these three, Mir Kazim, Nawab of Awadh and Emperor Shah Alam, these three of them, these three forces got united and declared a war against the British East India Company. On 22nd October 1764, the united army of these three rulers fought a battle against the British at Buxar, that is in Bihar. The British again won the war. So again now on 22nd October, that was here in the 1764, the battle started. This battle of Buxar was fought between the three united forces of Mir Kazim, Nawab of Awadh and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam. The united forces of these three against the British East India Company. And this battle of Buxar was fought at Buxar in Bihar. But again, the result was the same as the battle of Plassey. The British East India Company again won the war. The British got the Diwani rights, right to collect revenue from Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. Friends, as we discussed in the previous lecture when we were learning about the Battle of Plassey, about the results of Battle of Plassey, that after being victory on any region, the victorious person gets something or the other from that region. As after winning the Battle of Plassey, the British East India Company got the control over the district of 24 Parganas and they started their empire from there. After winning the Battle of Buxar, now they got the Diwani rights, that is the right to collect revenue from Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. Friends, at that time, this Bengal, Bihar and Orissa was considered as the largest province, the biggest province. So a huge wealth can be taken, can be earned from this area. So after Battle of Buxar, these Britishers got the Diwani right, means the right to collect revenue, tax we can say. In this way, the British rule began from Bengal and gradually spread across the nation. Through this we can say that after winning this Battle of Buxar, from this Bengal, the British expanded their rule all over across the nation. So this was about the Battle of Buxar. So we have learned that how after Battle of Plassey, this Battle of Buxar started. In Battle of Buxar, we learned about the dissatisfaction of Mir Kazim. We learned about how the Britishers dethroned Mir Jafar and made Mir Kazim as the Nawab first. And again, when the Britishers thought that Mir Kazim was more ambitious than Mir Jafar, again they dethroned Mir Kazim and made Mir Jafar. So this insult was not accepted by Mir Kazim and he took the refuge of Nawab of Awadh and his friend Mughal Emperor Shah Alam. The united forces of these three decided to fight a battle against the British East India Company, and that was fought on 22nd October 1764 at Buxar in Bihar. But the result was the same. The British East India Company won, and as a reward of this battle, they got the Diwani right, that is the right to collect revenue tax from Bengal, Bihar and Orissa, that were the largest province of India at that time. And from that period, they started expanding their empire across all over the nation. Thank you.